Hey, what's up there guys, Leonidas here. Now before the video starts, I would like to go over a few Pokemon that have been forgotten. Basically the Eevee and Pikachu from the event, and the Larvitar Jangmo from the in-game codes that I got. So first off, let's start with Eevee, the one that I could actually obtain because I can't obtain a Pikachu because I did not play Let's Go Pikachu. It is a normal type. HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed are all pretty decent. However, special defense seems to be its main thing. Its abilities are Runaway, which is basically you will always flee from a battle successfully, regardless of any other ability that basically hinders you to do that. Adaptability will increase the stab of the Pokemon from 1.5 times to 2 times. What does that mean? Basically, if you use an attack that is the same as your Pokemon's type, it will get stabbed, basically doing more damage. And its hidden ability is Anticipation. The Pokemon can sense an opponent's dangerous move. Basically, it basically gives you a kind of like a look into the future of whether your Eevee is gonna die or not. Where basically, it will look through the opponent's 4 moves and pick out the one that has the most power, and then it will literally tell you what it is. Pretty good! Its catch rate in the wild is 45%. It's 45 out of 255, which is, I mean, it's a really rare Pokemon, so I don't know what you would expect. It is most of the time male, but also 12.5 times. Well, the females are a bit harder to find. There's not really any good reason for it other than it is a rare Pokemon. As for the moves that this Eevee can learn, it can learn decent stuff. However, I need to draw your attention to one move in particular. Now, this Eevee in particular has no evolution, which we'll talk about later. But there is one move known as Last Resort. I believe only Eevees can learn this move, and you can only use this move if you have no other moves available. Basically, if all 4 of your moves, if 3 of them have no more PP left, and Last Resort is literally your last resort, the attack will finally be able to be used. Otherwise, if you're playing with an Eevee with a lot of moves that have a lot of PP left, just don't use Last Resort because it will not be affected. That's the problem with Eevee, because this Eevee in particular will stay an Eevee no matter what. So learning Last Resort will be eventual. Just be careful that you have no moves left. I would say that it is a very like situational move. Like there's never a time where you get to fight to the point where you have no PP on all the skills except Last Resort. And Eevee's, most of her skills in fact, are really high PP. Like the lowest amount is 15. That's higher than most Pokemon. But anyway, now we're gonna move on to a bit more exciting part about Eevee. Her evolution and Gigantamax form. Now, as you can see by this humongous resume of different forms, you will know that Eevee has gotten a lot of love from this community. And even with the new addition of said Gigantamax Eevee, the love hasn't changed. So, for this particular Eevee with that symbol, it means it can Gigantamax. And with a Dynamax band, which you'll get at the beginning of the game, you'll evolve it into the mighty gigantic floof of an Eevee. Now, of course, we're gonna move on to Eevees that you can find in the wild, because the only difference between this Eevee and those in the wild is in fact that these Eevees in the wild are able to evolve into the many different forms that you see below, which I will go through now. The one on the top left-hand corner of the bottom row, the bottom part of the non-Gigantamax evolutions, you'll need a Fire Stone to evolve into Flareon, a Thunderstone into Jolteon, a Water Stone into Vaporeon. You have to increase an Eevee's friendship in the morning to get Espeon, increase an Eevee's friendship at night to get Umbreon, a Leaf Stone for Leafeon, an Ice Stone for Glaceon, and for the final Sylveon, you need to give it needs to be not only too heart friendly, which is a thing that you can do at a camping site, which I'll go through in a later episode. And it must also know a fairy move, and then level up, and then which case you will get a Sylveon. Now, I will need to talk about 2 of them, Leafeon and Glaceon. They have made it so much easier to get these 2. In older games, you had to go to a specific area with a specific rock, train your Eevee there, and it would transform into one of these 2. Thank God now that you can just evolve it using a Leaf Stone and an Ice Stone. It's so much easier and it's so good. Anyway, after talking about, well, this bud for too long, we're gonna be now talking about the other buddy, Pikachu. Now, I may show a lot of hate for Pikachu, but that's because he's overrated. Like, if you talk to any adult about Pokemon, Pikachu is the starting thing that they talk about. It's like, you know all the memes, like, is this a Pikachu meme? Yeah, I hate those. Shut up. Anyway, Pikachu, speed. Oh, he is the fast. And attack, I guess it's high, but doesn't make sense for an electric type. Its abilities are static. When a Pokemon with this ability is hit by a move that makes contact, there's a 30% chance the opponent will be paralyzed. Now, this can also affect ground types, who are usually not affected by electric moves. Even though I question your sanity on why you'd leave your electric mouse Pokemon against a gigantic rock snake. Ash? And anyway, its hidden ability is Lightning Rod, where it draws in all electric type moves. And it will not get damaged, and it will boost its own special attack. Thank God, because this thing needs a special attack boost. 50-50 in terms of female and male. It's pretty standard stuff. And its catch rate is 190. Higher than Eevee, but guess what? It's because Pikachu are more common than Eevee. Team Rocket really has to start looking at other Pokemon that isn't Pikachu. And it has a 5% chance of holding a Light Ball in the wild. It evolves to Raichu just by using a Thunderstone, and you can breed a Pikachu to get a Pichu, and then from Pichu you just need to raise its friendship to get to Pikachu. Pretty good. And now let's talk about Pikachu's moves. Holy crap, there are a lot of them. Most of them electric based, some fairy based for some reason. But other than that, pretty standard stuff for an electric mouse. It has Thunder, Thunderbolt, Discharge, Spark, Electro Ball, many special moves. Many good moves in fact. And even true, breeding, about the Light Ball that I talked about earlier, which Pikachus have a chance of holding. If you breed a Pikachu with a Light Ball, you have a chance, well, not a chance, I think it's 100% chance, that the Pichu that comes out of it will learn Volt Tackle, 120 power move with 100% accuracy and 15% PP. And you wanna know the best part? It's physical base. Yeah, Volt Tackle, very good move for Pikachu, and especially Ash's main move to spam. But anyway, now we're gonna move on to the big chungus. This Dynamax Pikachu. Oh boy, look at that boy. Oh, by the way, this is a joke that I literally laughed at so hard. While I was making these bios, I was like, hey, they're Gigantamax. Let's make them stupidly huge. So, tada, it's blocking the Light Ball. Yeah, so when you use the Dynamax band on this Pikachu in particular, you will get that Dynamax Pikachu. Look at him. Big chungus indeed. And unfortunately, I cannot show you guys its form, but maybe in the future, which maybe if someone borrows me their copy of Let's Go Pikachu, if anyone I know is stupid enough to actually play Let's Go Pikachu, thank you for being the stupid ones, because I was really close to buying them both, so I guess I'm even dumber, because playing one is hard enough. Playing them both when you only have one Switch is even harder. So thank you to all my friends, or any friend who actually decided to buy Let's Go Pikachu. Anyway, moving on to Larvitar, the rock skin Pokemon, Ground Rock. Pretty good, literally counters the Pikachu. Okay, no, I'm not gonna continue hating on Pikachu. I love the little guy. It's just he's overrated, okay? Attack! Attack seems to be his best thing. A bit like Pikachu. HP and defense are its next best. It's actually a really tanky attacker, I guess you would say. Not really good as a sweeper considering its speed is terrible, but compared to the other Pokemon in the entire region, I guess you would be fine. Also, it's a 3-stage evolution line, so cut it some slack. Yeah, cut it some slack, me. Anyway, its abilities, Guts. When a Pokemon has a status condition, its attack will be increased by 50%. However, this isn't affected by Frozen. No, not the movie. If Pokemon are frozen and then they thaw out of it using a move, the ability does not activate. So be careful when you're being frozen. But of course, the Pokemon will not lose attack if it's burned. Burn usually halves the Pokemon attack. But well, thanks to Guts, it's normal. And its hidden ability, Sand Veil. During a sandstorm, the accuracy of any move used against this Pokemon will be affected by a factor of 4 out of 5. Where basically it now has a 4 out of 5 chance of hitting your Pokemon and a 1 out of 5 chance for, well, not hitting it. which is actually pretty decent considering that, well, if you decide to bring this little guy competitive and you know it's a Sand Veil, most competitive players have very powerful moves, but with very horrible accuracy. Using this makes it so that they might as well be blind. But of course, your Larvitar has to somehow know the move Sandstream, which I believe its evolution does learn it, but we'll talk about it when it eventually evolves. Its catch rate is 45%, even though the one that we got was the Dynamax raid, so it's 100%. Anyway, from Larvitar to Pupitar, it's level 30 needed. Not that far off, actually. But then, from Pupitar to Tyranitar, by the way, is level 55. To put it in perspective, the Dynamax Eevee has to get to level 55 to learn Last Resort. Yeah, think about it. Anyway, the moves that this Larvitar can learn are pretty, well, I would say the normal moves, but then again, it does learn Hyper Beam at level 42. So, I don't know if you count that as normal, but that isn't normal. But of course, it's a 3-stage evolution, so give it time and it will be a beast. But for now, it is just this little guy with really powerful moves. Anyway, moving on to a Pokemon that I never got to use because I never got to play the game because my parents decided to keep my DS until the point where now it's broken. So, I can't complain. I didn't buy it. Anyway, Jangmo, the scaly Pokemon. Dragon type. Pure Dragon type until it evolves. Its abilities: bulletproof, soundproof. I think I don't have to explain to you guys what these do, right? I think I do. Bulletproof, basically, it is not affected by ball and bomb moves. Basically, any move that is like a shooting move is basically what I'm trying to say. Even though this explanation doesn't help, but it's all the shooting moves. So there is a guy on Bulbapedia that does tell you all the moves that Bulletproof will actually save you from. So that's a good thing. And then Soundproof. Soundproof prevents all effects from sound-based moves. And the Pokemon will have immunity from all of them. Yes, any sound-based move. However, I believe now Heal Bell isn't affected by this. Because usually it's an ally's Heal Bell, you know, it's kind of stupid. And its hidden ability, Overcoat. In a battle, a Pokemon does not take damage from the weather conditions Sandstorm, Hailstorm. It is also protected by Powder and Spore moves. Yes, this thing is pretty much... You can't, like, use... All the grass types that have all those kind of moves are pretty much useless if your Jangmo has Overcoat. Jangmo's attack and defense are its main forte and everything else is pretty balanced. But it's a 3-stage evolution, so it gets better. Now, from Jangmo... I feel like I'm saying that wrong every time I say it. From Jangmo to Hakamo, it takes level 35. Slightly higher than Larvitar to Pupitar, but then again, it makes up for it immediately. From Hakamo to Komo, oh my god, this line is interesting. To Komomo, I'm just gonna call it Komo. It takes level 45, which is 10 levels less. But, you know, it kind of makes up for the fact that its previous evolution was slightly higher. Even though I don't think it actually makes up for it. And in the wild, it has a chance of holding a Razor Claw. Pretty good, pretty standard stuff. I believe the Razor Claw increases crit rate. I believe so. It does increase crit rate. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the 4 Pokemon that I missed out in the last episode. Anyway, let's begin the episode! Every day, I come here to the wild area in the Galar region. Oh, no, that's a tear. I'm already crying. Looking at all my life, all my regrets, all the moments that I wish I could turn back time. However, I do not have Dialga by my side. And, well, I really wish in this starry night that I could just end it all right now and have that Gyarados chew me to bits. However, that's not gonna happen because I can't jump. Hey there guys, my name is Leonidas. Welcome to episode 4 of Pokemon Sword. In the last episode, we got a few party members that I have sorted out and who I want, even though the fact that they're the fact that one of them is literally about to be dead just proves that I have not done anything since the last episode. So the team that I'm gonna be having is Larvitar, Sobble, and Axew. However, I feel like Larvitar will stay longer than Axew does because The difference between the two of them is that Axew has way more weaknesses. I mean, way less weaknesses, however, is resistant to less stuff compared to a Larvitar over there. So anyway, in this episode, we're gonna be leaving the wild area for. Oh my god, there's a stuff following me. There's a bear following me. We're gonna be going into. Thank you, random person who drops stuff on the floor. Someone should really deal with all these litterers in the wild area, huh? The wild area is overflowing with a special sort of energy measured in watts. What do you mean? You can gather watts yourself from glowing Pokemon dens and glowing Pokemon in the wild. You'll also find trainers in the wild area who are willing to give you all sorts of items if you will just give them some of your watts. Yes, this game has two different forms of currency. One is the regular, whoops, that's not where you're supposed to go to find that. As you can see, there is one currency which is P, which is Poke Money, and the other one which is in this den, the W, which is Watts. Now, Poke Credits can be used. Poke Credits, I think it's Poke Coins. I can't remember what it is. I think it's Poke Dollars. I'm just gonna go with Poke Dollars because that's what I'm used to. They can be used in the shops that are in the Pokemon Center. However, if you talk to guys like this in the wild area, you can spend your Watts. You can get special balls, you can get wishing pieces that allow you to start up raids. They'll have a lot of TRs that you are allowed, which is a one-time use TM, but the moves they have in store are actually really, really good. So yeah, and of course there's this guy who is the Camping King. Yeah, Camping King. And basically, if you decide to go the route of cooking a lot of curry, this guy will actually give you ingredients that, well, basically you can't get normally unless, well, either you go online and talk to random people, or you, well, go to this guy. You haven't made a single dish yet. Well, I apologize, but you see, I have been on a weird hiatus. The person playing me has not been playing. Anyway, so now we're gonna be heading into the actual storyline and Moto Stock, or whatever the heck that is. Find your way through the route area and reach Moto Stock next. Next time on Dragon Ball. Woo! This place has a big, what was it called again? The feel? Steampunk? Yeah, steampunk feel. Or that one area in, I don't even know what game I'm trying to think of. I just know there's some place that looks like this that isn't steampunk. Oh well. Ooh, look at that. It's Lee's Charizard, but you see Lee as a silhouette, not as an actual person. Oh, what the heck? There's a pedophile. Someone! Anyway, welcome to Moto Stock. Yep. The first area, I guess? Oh. Okay, thank God it wasn't Hop. Thank God. Thank God. I would have preferred anyone, not Hop. Okay? Real ace of you to make it through the water. How did you make it through? Seems like your track ran your Pokemon ragged. You should pop into the Pokemon Center. Besides, there's something in there I bet you'll get a kick out of if you're a real trainer and all. Wait, what? Is there someone to beat? Do I have to kick somebody's ass? Oh, nope. Wait, water time. Oh, looks like the Rotomi is free. Rotomi? The heck? I didn't even realize. Rotomi are a kind of Rotom information service. Ah, Rotomi. I get it. It's a handy machine for trainers. You can even use one to customize your league card. Why don't you play around with your league card a bit, Leonidas? Here's a sample for you. And we get Leon's league card, not hers, unfortunately. League card. Show off your achievements by making a league card. You can customize the card using the card maker found at every Pokemon Center. Doing so will update your card with all the latest information. Trainers all have their own league cards, and you can swap cards to other trainers that you connect with using communication features. You can view all the league cards you collected by checking your album, which you can find by the league card option of the X menu. Now, if you were reading this and you were in the Pokemon era, you have no idea what the heck's an X menu. But most stock show is big, not to worry. Sonia is here to show you around a bit. Come find me after you heal up your Pokemon. The opening ceremony, huh? I get a bit worked up when I think of how exciting it was to actually stand on a stadium's pitch for the first time. Oh, I actually can't wait to edit this next part because it's actually a really, really cool kind of thing that happened. Anyway, I'm gonna do what everyone has been probably screaming at. Your Larvitar is gonna die! Look at this unit. Like, this team. I feel like my Swords playthrough team will not be as epic as this team. Anyway, so going to what Sonia said, let's use a card maker and see what she's talking about. Make a new league card. Ooh, ooh, hoo, hoo. Oh, I see one that's just Lee. Oh, my biggest friend. Oh, this one's actually cool. This one's for the free game on the Switch for Pokemon. That's actually pretty cool. Where it's basically like a very I would say toned down mystery done. In fact, I have it right here. Yeah, Pokemon Quest. It's like 16-bit Pokemon. It's actually pretty fun. It's also a very cool game that you could have because it's literally free for the Switch. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah. And anyway, there's the most stock one. There's that. Oh, I would want to make mine this. Oh my god, this is like so gay. And then we had to add a little bit. Oh my god, my eyes. I guess, yeah, like that. And change expression. Looking like a Power Ranger. Of all the things for me to actually have fun with, I didn't think it would be this. Yes, this one. I will take this. And let's give me a face. Oh. What's a good face to go with this? Oh, wait. Oh, we're getting close. Yes! A Blue Ranger! I'm so sad. Yeah! Red Ranger! Next. Ooh. Ooh. Wait, what was that? Oh, I want that. I want to shine. Our cards are even waterproof. Alright. I'm sorry, it's just that for my normal playthrough, I didn't exactly do this. So this is new to me. Hey, so sorry, I was busy making a custom card for myself. Oh god. So brilliant, young trainer who's braved the wild area. Do you remember what your goal in the most stock is? What? You seriously forgot about the gym challenge opening ceremony? Yes! I'm sorry, I'm still giddy over that freaking the freaking card maker thing. By the way, the ceremony is tomorrow is being held at Mostock Stadium, okay? Yeah. Where? Use the lift over there to get to the stadium. K, Sonia. Big K. K. Oh, I'm gonna choke on something. I will at some point just like accidentally choke on something. Sorry guys, I was looking for something because I remember there was something I forgot to do that I feel like I should probably do now. Give me a moment. Okay, let's do this thing. While I'm here, but don't forget to register at the stadium, K? Don't you K me again. Didn't I read that already? Oh well. Sonia, where are you going? I'm supposed to walk straight. Anyway, first of all, first order of business, I'm going to go over the stuff that you can get at this point in time. So, and over here to the left and right of the Pokemon Center is a nugget. A nugget of the purest gold that gives on lustrous gleam in direct light. It can be sold at high price in shops. Weird how it's just here and no one else has come to pick it up, but oh well. And all the way to the right of the Pokemon Center in this trash can, it is a Pokeball. Probably from where this idiot was throwing into the target and it just fell in, but he didn't even bother to pick it up. Ooh, I want to push it so badly. Alright, and right in front of here, in front of what I assume to be the record store, is this guy. Talk to him, he'll give you TR13 Focus Energy. The user takes a deep breath and focuses that crit hits land more easily. Basically, it allows you to get crits easier. Ta-da! TRs are vintage. You can use them to have your Pokemon learn rare moves. They break after one use too, so it's extra old school. Yep. They break after one use. And if you talk to this other man that's near the lift, he will give you a set of high-tech earbuds. Strange earbuds that allow you to freely control the volume of various sounds. Do you know what's so high-tech about the high-tech earbuds? When you put them in your ears, they actually let you control the sound of your surroundings. They can even make you can even make them stop specific sounds like Pokemon cries. I actually never got this in my normal playthrough. Then again, in my normal playthrough, I never decided to talk to every single person. This is where the thing will end because I don't think there's anything else to do to get in this area, might I add. So we're just gonna go up on the lift. You know, oh, that is the sound of somebody's Charizard. Oh, whoa. Hey, yo, Lee. I'd never make it to the stadium without you to show me the way, partner. Even with the huge old thing like this in the bang middle of the city, I still get lost. Bruh! How do you still get lost? That's a skill in itself. Honestly. Anyway, yes, I reckon you might be ready to use this. Here, try giving it to your partner to hold. Now, this is actually pretty interesting. First time in a Pokemon game where they not only kind of invite you to give your Pokemon health items that make them better. This is also really early in the game where anyone, in fact, gives you a, well, basically something like this, the Mystic Water. Hold on, Lee, come on, stop. Yeah, the Mystic Water is a excuse me. Need to find it first. The Mystic Water, an item held by a Pokemon. This teardrop-shaped gem boosts the power of Water-type moves, which is why it would be given to Sabo. Now, if you chose Grookey, he'll give you the Miracle Seed, which basically does the same thing, but for... excuse me. It does the same thing, but for grass Pokemon. And the Charcoal, if you had Score Bunny, would do the same thing to fire moves. Pretty good thing. Especially if you're the kind of person that doesn't really like using the starters and would like to switch it out. If you pick a starter that's good for a Pokemon that you want to be like your main, it's a good way to get it. But of course, putting on the starters is, well, what they expect you to do. Anyway, talk to this guy. Ta-da! You took the time to talk to a Pokeball. You deserve a little reward. I can clearly tell you're a man with a stupid ball on his head, but oh well. And he gives you a Pokeball for talking to him. They call me the ball guy. No, not the B-A-L-D guy. The ball guy. Let's not get it mixed up, guys, because the ball people will get mad. Anyway, over here, Corviknight is a Pokemon that flies about carrying Pokemon wherever they go. But even they get tuckered out. Look at it. But basically, this is just the game's weird way of telling you you cannot go any further. Continue with the story, jerk. Anyway, as we can see... oh boy. Can't wait. Hi, Hop! You made it too! I didn't even see you in a wild area. Were you like, did you like wuss out and just walk straight? Motostock Stadium, this is where the opening ceremony will be held. Everyone will be watching the opening ceremony for the gym challenge. Your mom? My mom? How did I switch the locations of the two? I don't know. The whole world! It's getting me a bit nervous, really. Nah, this isn't nerves. I'm only trembling because I'm so excited. Ha! That's what people who aren't excited will say. Come on, Leonidas, it's time for the world learn our names. Well, they know my name, but who are you? Your name isn't even a name. Your name is an action. We League staff are here to provide support for the various matches that occur throughout the gym challenge. Alright. Everyone participating in the gym challenge is welcome to stay at the Buddy Drop In. That will be in a later point. But for now, let's go on in to Motostock Stadium.